My name is Nusrat Sadiq. I'm from Washwood Heath Technology College. What I hope to get out of this visit is to make links with different organisations within Istanbul, possibly with links in relation to vocational education, hopefully look at different types of organisations and how they actually manage structured learning for the disengaged or disadvantaged people within the city. Have a look at what types of innovation they actually look at and facilitate, and also look at business enterprise possibly, and hopefully link that in with my own educational establishment.
Do you have any concerns?
At the moment, I think my concerns would be that we're a very, very mixed group. I don't know whether it's going to actually relate to any of my work. But it's a case of finding out and going on this journey and seeing where we can actually benefit.
Hi, the highlights for me have been several of the projects that we actually visited, especially the disability project. What I liked was that there was real learning that was actually going on in relation to development. So once learners had completed one stage, there was a follow-on, which then kind of developed them in a further capacity. The other highlight was obviously that all the courses were actually free and they were available to people who worked, people from disadvantaged backgrounds, and also people with no educational background as well. I think the idea is a model that should be adopted by the UK. Yes, there's always going to be issues around funding, but it's something that we can actually possibly look at in the near future, especially if we have concerns in relation to unemployment and also personal development of individuals. I think there were several stories there when we spoke to women, and they talked about the fact that they came in groups of women as well. So they came along in groups with relatives, so that they also supported each other's learning with that, and also took it back to the family, and through word of mouth actually praised ISMEC. I think suggestion for improvement would be, as a group such as ours, a large group, in comparison to the environment and the facilities they have, if we could actually split the groups in possibly three and do a rotational timetable, in the sense of we all, basically what was happening was we were all rolling into one classroom, which could be quite overwhelming for some people. And I think the best thing would be to have a rotation of possibly 5 students maximum. The other suggestion would be to actually have live workshops. There's something that we can possibly take away, and that's what our employers would like to see. And also for our own personal development, I would have liked to take away a skill which I've learnt in Istanbul in relation to the Arts Inspir-Asianal project. Low lights, I don't think there were any low points at all. Other than I think the repetition as well. There was repetition of different centres. I know they were differentiated in many ways, but it was the same model. And possibly more interaction with the students. So, and also the students actually talking with us and guiding us, as opposed to just, I mean, the translators was a fantastic idea, and to be honest, we couldn't have gone through the project without them, but it would have been nice to spend more time with those students and get to know them and develop that relationship further, to have a better understanding and also a better history of where they've actually come from to where they've got to today. A lot of people, when we talked to them, there was a lot of praise, and I don't think there was there was no critical analysis, which I would like to see. I'd like to see how they think and what their views were on how to develop ISMEC further.